Hello guys, welcome to the OnlineITtuts.com. My name is Asif Ali. In this video I'm going to show you how to insert, update, delete and view record in C# and SQL Server. So I opened Visual Studio and SQL Server. So first of all we need to create a project. So I go to my file and then new and then select Windows Form application and enter the project name. I simply enter the project name, insert, update, delete, view and click OK. Then we need to import the components or tools which are used to the insert record in database. So first of all we need to use label and text box and then button and then grid view, right? Then we need to design the simple form. So I design the simple form, label 1, I enter the name and I use the text box and label again and again, copy and paste, and I simply design the second text box, for example email, and I change the text box name in first text box name is txt name, second text box name is txt email, right? Then I copy all of them, text box and labels, copy and paste here, and then I simply design the form. Then we need to enter another name, for example name, email and contact number, and then I change the text box name txt contact, and finally fourth label name I enter the, for example country, right? I just tell you how you can insert, update, delete record in Windows Form application and SQL Server. So I use country and change the text box name txt country, right? After that, so I just drag and drop the button to design the form, for example like this, and I change the button name. For example, first button name is insert. I change the programming name btn insert, and scroll down and change the text of button which are display on this time. So copy it and paste again, and second text box, sorry, button name is update, and I change the programming name btn update, basically which are this name we will use on the programming side. So I use btn update and btn insert etc. So copy and paste third button, and I change the name btn delete, right? So first of all we need to import and the library to connect the form, Windows Form application to SQL Server. So let's get started. Double click on the form and import the library using system.data.sql client, right? Then we need to make a connection between the SQL Server and Windows Form application. So we need to write SQL connection and make an object SQL connection, enter the three parameters we will use to make a connection, like data source, and second is initial catalog. So I just tell you how you can, and initial catalog, and third is integrated security. Integrated security is true because I am using Windows authentication mode to connect the SQL Server, right? The first parameter we need to data source, so you can go to SQL Server and click on connect, and then connect the copy the server name and go to the SQL Windows Form application and paste it. Second parameter, you need to enter the database name, so we need to first connect the SQL Server and then use new query. Then we are use tutorials because I have made many databases, so I used tutorials database, so I copy tutorial database and paste here, right? Here you can see the red sign display on the connection portion, so we need to write backslash again. Then you can see here the red sign has removed, right? So we are successfully made the connection between the SQL Server and Windows Form application. The next step, we need to go on SQL Server and create the database, create the table, create table. I use employees, and then enter the column names. For example, first column name is EMPID, integer, primary key, identity, and you need to write one by one. One by one means the record will save in the tables the start the primary key numbers start will 1 and increment 1, it means 1, and second record will save the number will show on the table second and third, right? So second column name is name and type varchar because this is the text, and third column name is email, type varchar because this is a text, we will get the text, right? And third column name is contact, and also use text, so we need to write the type varchar, and finally we need to write the final column name country and type again varchar because we are only get the text. So select the query and run the query. So here you can see it, the query has successfully run, right? The next step, we need to go on the SQL Server, Windows Form application, and form design portion. Double click on the insert button to generate the event. Double click on it, and first step you need to create the object SQL command CMD because we are use CMD to run the SQL queries or command to insert the record. So first step, you need to initialize the SQL command and make an object, right? Then we need to call the CMD this object. So first we use the condition if txt name.text not equal blank and txt email.text not equal blank and txt contact.text not equal blank, and finally txt country.text not equal blank, right? Then we call CMD new SQL command and run the query to insert the record in the database. So first of all, you need to write the insert into table name. My table name is implies, and write the parenthesis implies values, write the again parenthesis, and single commas, double commas, double plus sign, and enter the first text box name like this. So right, so I call txt name dot text, and after the single comma you need to write second column name, but process same, right? So single commas, double plus sign, and txt second column name. Second text box name is email dot text. After the single comma you need to write the comma and call again single commas, double commas, plus sign, and txt contact, right, dot text. After the single commas you need to write again single commas, double commas, plus sign, and txt country dot text, right? After the this parenthesis, it means this parenthesis you need to write comma and call this connection, because we are used to connect the database with Windows Form application, so we must need to copy and paste this connection, right? I change here, right? So I change the comma and enter the comma here, and you need to write the terminator sign after the last parenthesis, right? Then we need to call this CMD again and execute non-query method call to run the query, right? Then we need to call message box dot show the and display the message the data has been saved in the database, right? The simple process. After the script bracket you need to write else to display the any message if condition has not correct. So you need to write please fill in the blanks. So let's check it. Save the file, open the run the project, and then we will check the project are working fine or not. For example, I write Asif, second column name or second text box admin at the OnlineITtuts.com, and the third column name is mobile number. I write simple mobile number and country. I write the Pakistan and click insert button. I think we are facing the error, so let's check the error. Insert into implies, I check the table name implies right, and then single commas txt name, insert into implies values, txt name, txt right, all things are right, but where is error? I check the error. Insert into implies, single commas, double commas, that's working fine, but I use try catch to find the error. Copy the all code and paste try portion display brackets, and I make object exception object to display the error. We will understand. Save the file, run the project, and I check again admin @ OnlineITtuts.com, and I just write the text because we are check the execute on query, open and connection. Okay, I make the biggest mistake, con open, after the finally con close, right? Save the file and check the again as if admin. I write something, right, and then I enter the simple mobile number and enter the country. Save the file. Here you can see it, the record has saved in our database. Let's check the record. Open SQL Server and run the query to check the implies. Here you can see it, the record has been successfully saved in our database. So let's understand to how we can update the record, right? Update. So I think I do not change this button text, so I change the button text. Double click on button, but after the generate event you need to get the data in grid view to text box. But after the getting text data in grid view to text boxes, but first you need to display the data in grid view. So let's get to display the data in grid view. So we need to make a method via display data, and we need to make the object SQL data adapter ADPT. I write the object ADPT. This means we are call this adapter to run the SQL Server query, and we will assign the query in data table. So we need to write data table and assign the object data, right? So let's use the ADPT. First we need to use con open and call ADPT equal to new and ADPT and run the query. Select historic from implies. After the comma you need to call con, right? And the second step you need to call DT. DT means data table and make a object. After the creating object of data table you need to call this ADPT to assign the value in data table. So we need to call DT, this DT. Then we need to call data grid view and data source. We will assign the data table, right? That's it. Save the file. But we need to copy the method and paste on the constructor. Save the file, open the run the project, and here you can see it, the record has saved in the grid view. So the next step we need to get the data in grid view to text boxes. So first step you need to click on grid view and go to properties and event, and you need to generate the event cell click, right? Cell click, double click on it. So first step you need to initialize the variable to get the ID. I call this variable on below, copy the imply variable and paste here. Then we need to convert dot to int, and call data grid view dot rows, and the brackets, and after the starting and closing bracket you need to call this e means object data grid view cell e object, and insert this sign dot sign and call row index. After the closing bracket you need to call dot cell. Your cell number is 0 because the starting programming starting numbers start in 0. After the closing parenthesis you need to call value and dot to string to convert the data, right? The next system you need to call the first column name, first text box name. My text box name is txtname.text, and call data grid view dot rows, and same process but change the cell number. E dot row index dot cells, cell number is 1 because this is the second column name, and call again, right? And same way txt email and data grid view dot rows, and call the e dot row index cell number is 2 because this is a third cell number, dot value dot to string, and txt contact dot text and data grid view dot rows, and call e dot row index dot cells 3 dot value dot to string. And finally we need to call the last country column name or country text box, data grid view dot rows e dot row index dot cells, and we need to write the 4 dot value dot to string, right? Let's check it. Save the file, run the project, and click on the cell. Then you can see here the record has display on the the records have display on the text boxes. So we will start to work on the update button. So let's start to work on update button. Double click on update. We need to copy the method or event and paste here because we will get the ID on this variable. If this method has display on above, we will face error. Right, the first step you need to call the con open and con close. Between the connection close and open you need to call CMD and complete the method, complete the object, because CMD is object to SQL command, and then we need to write the query here. So query is update, table name is employee, set your table, so your column name, first column name is employee, sorry name, I call name, and equal sign and double single commas, double commas, and then double plus sign and first text box name. My text box name is txtname.text. After the single comma you need to write comma and your database second column name email, so you need to write email and equal sign, single commas, double plus sign txt second column name dot text, right? After the single comma you need to write again third column name is contact, and equal sign, single commas, double commas, plus sign and txt contact dot text. After the single comma you need to write finally fourth column name country, and equal sign, single commas, double commas, plus sign and txt country dot text. Then you need to write, after the single commas, you need to write where keyword and your first column name, like empid, this column name empid, emp_id, and equal sign, single commas, double commas, plus sign, and assign this variable, right? This variable, because we will we have got the first column name means id, we have got on the id on this variable. So copy this variable and paste here. Right after the single comma, you need to write comma and call connection. That's it. Enter the terminator sign, and finally after the parenthesis you need to write CMD and execute non-query to run the query, and call the message box to display the message. The data has been updated, right? Let's check it. I click on Asif, this column name, and change the first column data and click update. Then we are facing the error. Why? Con open CMD update implies set name, con open, con close. Okay, I use the try catch to handle the error. I paste the code here and call exception message box dot show ex dot message to display the error. Let's check again. Was not closed, the connection currently state is open. Okay, the connection has opened because why connection has opened? We are only open close. Okay, we are do not close the connection on above section, so the connection has the connection is running. So let's check again. Here you can see it, the record has updated. Let's check the record has updated or not. Here you can see it, the record has updated. So after the update the record, then we will need to the method the table display the updated record. So we need to just copy the method here, copy the method and paste after the connection close. Let's check again. Click on it and I change number. Here you can see the record has updated on the table, database and grid view like this. Finally we need to use delete. How we can delete the record? So double click on delete. This is a very simple process. You need to call CMD equal to new and write the query SQL command and write the query delete from implies where your first column name empid emp_id and equal to single commas, double commas, plus sign, and call this variable, right? Copy it and paste here. So first we need to call connection open, and after the double comma you need to call connection, and after the parenthesis you need to write the terminator sign and call cmd.execute non-query and call message box to display the message. Okay, I changed the execute non-query method. Okay, the data has been deleted, right? And call connection close, and after the closing connection you need to call the display method on grid view after the deleting, inserting, and okay, I just this method copied and I paste after the save record. So let's check it. Run the project. If I write the any other name and enter the email and mobile number and country, Emarat, right? Save the record has saved, right? For example, I select the Asif Ali to update the record. For example, I change the country UK, update the record has updated, right? Then we need to call the this I want to delete the second column name, so I call the delete. Here you can see record has deleted. So do you want to after the perform any event or perform any action, then text box will empty. So you need to call the make the method public void clear and square bracket call txt all text box names dot text and assign this double commas txt second text box name. My second text box name is email, txt email dot text, and assign the txt third column name, third text box name, sorry, my third country dot text, and assign the txt country dot text, and okay, save the file, copy the clear method and paste on the after the inserting methods. Save the file and run the project. Then for example, I write again Kamran, and then enter the email name, mobile number, and country Pakistan, and insert the record. Here you can see it, the text boxes have empty. So I hope you are understood as well. In this video you have learned how to insert, update, delete, and view record in grid view. So how you are understood as well. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe my channel for getting updates.